Okay, well, we've got three fantastic engine choices. There's a base engine, 2.5 liter IVCT engine, which is about 168 horsepower engine. That's the base engine. Then you move up to the 1.6 liter EcoBoost engine, which makes 178 horsepower and 184 foot-pounds of torque. It actually gets projected 33 miles per gallon. So we got a class-leading story there in fuel economy on that engine. And then in this particular vehicle, this is the Titanium, which comes with a standard 2.0 liter EcoBoost that's also optional on the SE and the SEL series. And that makes 240 horsepower and 270 foot-pounds of torque.
So this is the one if you want a lot of power to get. This is the top of the line.
This is the one. This replaces our 3-liter V6.
And do you have any kind of projections on the gas mileage on the EcoBoost?
Yeah, so on the EcoBoost, on this particular one, we're projecting 30 miles per gallon on the front-wheel drive version of it. And like I'd mentioned on the 1.6 liter, that actually is projected to get 33 miles per gallon.
And which engine do you think will be the one that people buy the most?
Well, I think it'll be a nice mix of both the 1.6 and the 2-liter. Just depends on what you're looking for. If you're if you want the power of today's V6, you would probably go ahead and get this.
In my opinion, how does the Escape drive? 3 words: sporty, lively, and fun. Having said that, I would have to give the edge to the Mazda CX-5 because it's just a little bit more sporty, a little bit more lively, a little bit more fun. By the way, if you're interested in that review, Nathan and I just reviewed it. Click, as always, or visit tflcar.com.
All right, so this is also based on a European platform, the Kuga, is that right?
Yeah, the Kuga's been out for a few years, so yes, this will be the second generation of the Kuga. We'll have an interior that looks very much like this new Escape does. Yes, that's correct.
It's a much more radical design than the old Escape. I'm in the car and I see how far that front windshield goes. Do you think it's something that your buyers will enjoy, the fact that it's no longer that kind of square, boxy Escape of old?
I think so. I think this truly, the seats are extraordinarily comfortable. It's got a sort of cockpit type of driver-oriented design, which makes you just feel like you're really part of the vehicle, very much in control and enjoying the driving experience. Very sophisticated, upscale look, lots of soft touch on the door trim, on the IP. So very, very nice interior, totally different.
What platform is this? How big is it? What's the size of the car?
The size of the car, this is based off of our C-Car platform.
Okay.
So this is the same platform that gave birth to the C-Max. 4 versions of C-Max, both here and in Europe, and similar for the Focus. There's about 5 versions of the Focus, both here and in Europe, that come off this platform, and this is now the 10th vehicle from the platform. Versus the old Escape, this is about 3 inches longer, both in wheelbase and overall length. It's about 1.5 inches shorter, as we've got this more rakish silhouette to the vehicle, and about 1.5 inches wider.
And what does the all-wheel drive system work like? Is it front-wheel drive most of the time, and then when you start getting slippage in the front wheels, is there a viscous coupling that goes to rear wheels?
That's exactly right. It's an intelligent 4-wheel drive system. You don't have any buttons or controls or knobs you need to turn it. It senses and puts the torque where it needs to go, front to rear.
You hear that? Because I don't. This is one of the quietest interiors of any mid-size small crossover I've driven in. Ford's put a lot of time and effort in making sure that this car is quiet, and you know what? It really is.
And you also have torque vectoring. Can you tell me about that?
Torque vectoring control is something that helps you maintain control as you're going through turns. It's starting to appear on some of our vehicles, and yeah, that's a very nice feature you may have experienced while you were driving today, where it put some braking on the inside wheel if you need it as you're going through a turn to provide more torque to the outside wheel.
Compared to the Mazda CX-5, which I think is the best car in its segment right now, this is a much better motor. It's got a much nicer interior, but where it falls down a bit is the steering. It's just artificial and it doesn't feel like it wants to dance with you. It doesn't feel like it's on its tiptoes like the CX-5 is.
Now, would you be so kind as to give me the kind of the price range? Where does it start and where does it end?
Yeah, the base vehicle, including destination and delivery, is about $23,295, which is actually a couple $100 less than the comparable outgoing Escape vehicle base automatic trans vehicle, and it goes all the way up to about $31,195
for the titanium.
For this titanium at the base. Yep.
And when will it be available?
Spring, later spring this year. Very soon.
Coming to a Ford dealership near you,
yes,
as they like to say. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Are you kidding me? I am sitting behind the wheel of the 2012 BMW 650i Coupe. Retail base price, $83,000. This vehicle with all the options, $97,800. I am in heaven. And this, my friends, is my next review for TFLcar.com. Stay tuned.